Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan, the Radio Man, and it's Thursday, which is always a little bit of a turbulent day. And I trust that you will get through the turbulence of the day and be ready to perhaps on this first weekend in the summer be able to have a time of, hey, how to live slowly. Now, we're going to talk about that next week. A young woman who I knew when she was a little girl has written a book called Live Slowly, A Gentle Invitation to Exhale. That's right. And I'm going to paraphrase her and say, yes, do live slow. Live slowly. Slow down. You move too fast. You gotta make the moment last. Well, I remember singing that a number of years ago because it's the 59th Street Bridge song, Simon and Garfunkel. And I did it because it was my 59th birthday. And that was some time ago. But here I go. Yes, slow down, live slowly, but be ready to move fast. How do we put that together? Live slowly. That's right. Slow down. You move too fast. And be ready to move fast. We'll talk about that maybe next week. Hey, you got the title right. A Little Bit Dangerous. I want to talk about that right now because here's what happened. I had an appointment with a very fine young man who I admire a great deal. He's the pastor of a growing church. And we're talking about, trying to get to know him. We just recently moved to this area. And, I got up this morning as I was walking the lakeside. I just simply said, what should I say to him? How should I describe him to himself? What way can I give an impression of why I like him? And so I thought about that, I mean, there's a variety of ways that I've come in to know him, and there's stories and all of that, like there's always stories in any connection. So, and all of a sudden it came to me. I was walking along, and I said, okay, well, first of all, the young man is obviously, and by the way, he is not, 20 years of age. He's a younger man. Of course, at my age, there's a lot of people who are younger and men that are not maybe really very young anymore, but younger. All right, here we go. And the word came, first of all, is he's bright. He's bright. And I mean that in the sense that, he obviously has some native intelligence. And I can tell by the way he stirs his mind and stirs his words that his mind moves pretty fast. So he's bright, it's just part of it. So I think, yeah, he's bright. Well, I also know that he's pretty well read. Yeah. And he's demonstrated that. And in fact, I remember what really impressed me is that he recommended in his newsletter an article about how people change. And I read that and said, that's really good stuff. In fact, we're going to really use that idea in the work we do. How do we get people to change? And I learned that from him. And, the guy's smart. So he's smart. Then it came to me, and I thought, you know what? He's not only smart, he's sharp. And I mean that just exactly that, he's sharp. That means you can not only be fast, quick, but you can maybe be cutting. You got a touch of, you're you're sharp. You can be sharp. And then this word came to me, and you could be a bit dangerous. You know what? Those are all 4 compliments. Yes. I really believe today is that the men and women who are going to make the difference will, in many situations and in many ways, be dangerous. They could be dangerous. Now, that means they could be dangerous in a way that turns badly, but they have the ability and the capability to move and change and help and maybe even hurt people. They could be that way. And on the other hand, is to those who do evil and to those who are stuck in the status quo and those who don't know how to live well and are happy with unexamined, uninspired, run-of-the-mill, boring lives. He could be dangerous. And part of that came to me because I have just produced a podcast from Randy Hellman. You're going to hear more about him. He is the cowboy up pastor, one of the key ones in the world, and he is a cowboy, real cowboy. As he was telling me the other day, Stan, he said, I went in the doctor's office and they asked me to fill out this form, and then they said, list your medications, of course, and then he said, list the surgeries you've had. He said, all of a sudden, he said, I've broken my leg twice, I've broken the other leg once, and he said, my hands, I've fallen off, I've had a lot of horse wrecks, Yeah, he said, I couldn't believe it. I had to have another page to list all the surgeries that I have. Well, here's what he said the other day. He was talking about the fact that we have to live a life of risk-taking. And he said, the thing that will hurt you is if you are always afraid of danger. He said, danger can be good. And then he made this comment. He said, I think a church should be dangerous. Yes. And I said, no, I don't mean that you can't trust people or, someone will take advantage of you. Of course I don't mean anything like that. It's not dangerous because somebody will hurt you or abuse you or all that other crap that has gone on in some of the church settings. No, I don't mean that at all. What I mean is that it should be an experience that, when you come into contact with the living God, hey, as the traditions tell us, watch out. It could be dangerous. Now, that doesn't mean it's fatal. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean you'll get hurt. But it does mean you may have to live by faith. You may have to live in dependence. You have to do things that maybe aren't very safe. They're a little bit dangerous. And more, I'm discovering, and one of the nice things about getting older is, first of all, you are less and less afraid of less and less things. That can happen, On the other hand, you can be more afraid of some other things, like dying, like ill health, and those things that might come that can be very debilitating to you. But how do we live, as I oftentimes point out, with a little bit of mystery? That there's a part of me and a part of you that, we keep people a little off balance. They begin to know that they can trust us, but they're never quite sure just how we're going to be, do, say, or come out. And perhaps that is one of the big qualities that I'm encouraging people, particularly in what I call the Jeep, which is the Coming Jesus Entrepreneur Experience podcast, the Jeep. We'll have to get a sound effect for that. And that's part of what it means to live, with certainly a touch of mystery, maybe even a sense of a divine magic. People, how did you do that? And certainly the fact that you have a calm and majestic spirit in the face of danger. Being able to be a bit dangerous and being able to live with that reality and to know for sure that that's part of the way the world is, and perhaps it's going to be okay anyhow. It's going to be okay anyhow. There we go. Those are my 12-minute thoughts for this Thursday, and I hope they have been helpful to you. That's right. Be bright as you can. Be bold as you can. Be as brave as you can. Be smart. Yeah. Read, study, learn all the time. Read, study, learn. Don't be a smart aleck. Don't be a smart you know what, but be smart. Be well informed. You know what's going on. Don't do stupid stuff. Be smart. Also, perhaps, there's a part of you that would be helpful if there was a little sharpness to you. Dull edge? Maybe not. A sharp edge to you. And perhaps, you just might be a little bit dangerous. I'm Stan Houston. Thank you for giving me 12 minutes of your time. And think about these things, and then perhaps I can help you. And I'll be right back. Someone took up that offer and said, so Stan, what could you do? Well, I said, first of all, remember, I said on helping you learn how to express yourself, how to give a presentation, how to give a great talk, how to actually be on the radio. The first thing I can do is I can really help you reach your audience. And if you want to be successful in life, you have to have an audience. And you have to reach them, no matter who you are. Secondly, I can help you bring your message and your story to life. You have to have a message and a story and an offer. You're going to have to know how to pitch yourself, to perform well, present yourself, and to understand that all business is show business. And so you better learn how to show up on time and perform at your best. And you know what? Give you a touch of immortality. Something you do might just last a whole long time. Either in the fact that it's somewhere out there on the wide world of information, or it's something you did that changed lives deeply. And it's being passed on, and it might just be passed on for a good long time. Long after you're gone, dead, no longer in danger, and you rest in peace, you still might be leaving a legacy of lore, love, wisdom, insight, and truth. Just a touch of immortality. StanHouston@gmail.com. StanHouston@gmail.com. Best and blessings to you. Sit tall in the saddle. That's right. Walk tall. Be safe. do good work, and you all come back. You hear? Bye for now.